Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're unpacking something really central to Agile projects.
Yeah, how they actually shift and evolve over time. It's inherent to Agile, really.
Exactly. And we're drawing some insights today from the book Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabon.
It's a great resource for this kind of topic.
It really is because, we've all been there. Plans change, sometimes significantly, and just keeping a grip on why and how can be tough.
Definitely leads to confusion if you don't track it properly.
So we're going to zero in on one specific tool that helps, the change report.
Ah, yes, a very useful piece of documentation in the Agile world.
Think of it as like a structured snapshot. It shows how the product backlog, the big list of features, actually morphs between your sprints.
Right. The core idea is clarity.
Yeah.
What we want you, the listener, to get from this is a better handle on why priorities or scope might shift, so your planning becomes, well, more informed.
Absolutely. Because Agile is so dynamic, isn't it? Flexibility is key, but you still need structure.
You do. Plans aren't carved in stone, but we need to understand how they're being reshaped.
So the change report helps document that reshaping.
Precisely. At its heart, a change report shows you the differences between the product backlog as it stood at the beginning of, say, the last sprint, and how it looks at the start of the new sprint.
Okay, so let's be super clear on what it isn't. It's not about tracking every little tweak or task change during a sprint.
No,
Okay.
not at all. That's usually handled through, daily stand-ups and ongoing reprioritization within the sprint team itself.
And it's also not the place where you compare like your initial story point estimates to the actual effort spent.
Right. That's valuable information, but it belongs more in sprint reviews or retrospectives for learning and improving estimation. This report has a different focus.
Okay. So what does it capture then, specifically between those sprint boundaries?
It primarily highlights three things. One, any new items added to the backlog. Two, items that were removed entirely.
Okay. Additions and removals. Makes sense.
And three, and this is really important, how the priority of the remaining items has changed. Which items moved up, which moved down.
Ah, the reprioritization aspect. That's key.
It is.
I'm thinking of it like maybe tending a garden. Between seasons, you decide which new things to plant.
Right, the additions.
Which plants didn't work out and need removing,
Cool.
and which existing plants you want to give more prominent space or sunlight to next season.
That's a great analogy. The change report is basically the gardener's notes documenting those decisions for the product backlog garden between sprints.
And having those notes, that record, must be incredibly helpful for keeping everyone aligned.
Or absolutely.
Mhm.
It creates transparency.
Yeah.
Everyone, the team, stakeholders, product owner can see clearly what the current direction is and, crucially, why certain shifts happened. No surprises.
Yeah, avoiding those, wait, why are we working on this now?
Exactly. It
Yeah.
fosters shared understanding.
And for you listening, getting comfortable with this idea is really valuable. It's not just about noticing change. It's about grasping the reasoning behind it.
That context is everything.
Because understanding the why lets you participate more effectively, anticipate what might come next, and just have more confidence in where the project's headed.
You might even spot trends. Like if you keep seeing urgent new items pop up sprint after sprint.
Right. That might tell you something deeper is going on. Maybe the initial requirements gathering wasn't quite right, or the market's shifting faster than expected.
Precisely. Analyzing these reports over time gives you those strategic insights.
So wrapping this up, tracking these changes systematically is just fundamental in Agile.
Couldn't agree more.
And if you want to dig deeper into this, and honestly, many other practical project management strategies, we definitely recommend the book we mentioned earlier, Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabon.
Yeah, it's a solid resource, really practical techniques in there for navigating these kinds of project complexities.
So here's something to think about. How might proactively documenting and, importantly, reflecting on these backlog changes impact not just your project's flow, but also the level of trust and understanding you build with your stakeholders?
That's a powerful question to consider.
Definitely food for thought. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.